So this is Bill Ryan from Project Avalon, and it is the 10th of March 2011, and I'm here with Inelia. And Inelia, could you possibly say your most wonderful melodic family name that I'm incapable of pronouncing?
Okay, my full name is Inelia del Pilar Ahumada Avila, and I'm also known as Inelia Benz.
All right. And you were born in Chile, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then, to cut a very long story short, which is a different story, you left Chile as a refugee.
Right. Yes.
And ended up in England, is that correct?
We moved to Nottingham in England, and I kind of grew up there. I was there for quite a few years, and then I moved to Ireland for 9 years, and I went to college in Ireland, and then I went back to Chile for a couple of years as an adult to sort out some family properties and things. Then I went to live in Spain for a few years, and then back to England, and I've been in the United States now for 6 years.
And how is all this possible, given that you look as if you're 22 years old?
Oh, okay. Well, you don't ask a lady her age, so I'm not going to tell you. But I'm not young.
You're not
but thank
young.
you very much.
Okay. So the reason why I'm talking to you here, and would love to see whether we can describe some of the things that you have been doing and being in language so that people can understand it. You, may I say it, are one of the more extraordinary people I've ever met, and I've met quite a few extraordinary people. And from what I can gather, you wouldn't even really describe yourself as a person in a funny kind of way. Now that's going to sound weird to the people watching this.
Right, yes. Yeah, because when I look at a person or I look at people on Earth, normally, and this is not always the case, there would have been a soul or like a spark of divinity entering the time-space line, and it would have gone from complete oneness to a period of maybe thousands, I don't know how many lifetimes, developing into an individual and developing into a sentient being, which is separate from oneness. And this, when I look at people on the planet, this has happened sometimes on planet Earth. A lot of people have done the entire trajectory on the planet Earth, and now we are seeing like thousands, if not millions, of people who have done their trajectories in other planets and now are incarnated on Earth to experience this amazing stuff that's going on right now here. And so I would consider one of these souls that have evolved throughout time and space to become a sentient and evolved being as a person or a being, right? And I wouldn't describe myself as such because I came in directly without any evolution into this state to be able to do a particular job on the planet right now. And once that job is gone, that individuality, that singularity that is this person that you're seeing, we no longer exist. So the concept of a person or a soul is not there.
Okay, so one or two people who followed this may already be doing a double take. You're not only saying that you haven't been here on this planet before, ever incarnated, but you haven't been anywhere in the physical universe ever before, or anywhere in the whole matrix of existence, as it were, before. You are absolutely new here.
Correct, yeah. I entered the time-space matrix, as you know, that's a good word, half an hour before I was born.
Right. And you know, this is what you told me when we've talked about this off camera, that you will not be incarnating again. You're here on a specific, dare I call it a mission?
Yes, you could call it a
okay.
mission. Yeah.
So you're here to get some things done that need to be done.
Right.
And you have come directly from here we're struggling with words. You come directly from source, directly from unity, directly here into a human body, and are therefore operating in a very different way than human beings do, who have been here for millions of lifetimes.
Yes, yeah. And my entire early trajectory and still going on, something that's still continuing, is learning or being able to function within an individual viewpoint, an individual body, and within time-space in a linear manner, and dealing with that, being able to function within it, because that's where the job is at. So my trajectory has been to learn how to do that, rather than what people would normally think as the other way around, you know.
And that must have been extraordinarily challenging, to come in from nowhere and no when, directly into being a very young human girl on this strange planet Earth, with no manual guidelines or information about how it is you were meant to be, or what you were meant to be.
Yeah, there's definitely a challenge, and the main challenge was the reaction of others around me towards me. Okay, so for example, I did have some tools. I did come in with some tools. I was able to download information. So if I didn't understand something, normally I would be able to just tap into the collective and get it. I was speaking, according to one of my aunts, I was talking completely perfect Spanish. It was in fact, didn't even have a Chilean accent when I was 9 months old, which for her, she was totally freaked out about it, but nobody else seemed to take any notice. And that was because I was trying to understand what people were saying or what they were trying to communicate, and I couldn't. So I simply downloaded the language and used it, you know. So I can't do that anymore with languages, unfortunately. There's one of those things that I can't do, but for other things I can. And growing up, I think that was part of the way things work, that I was able to, the things that I needed, I get. But if I'm doing something just because, or, because it's something that I'm interested in, but it's not needed, then I can't do it.
If it's necessary, you'll download the program that you need in order to do the job.
Right.
But if you're just curious, then it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
It doesn't happen.